to Life on the Rock. I'd like to welcome my guests here, two priests, Father Kevin Peak and his brother, in a very literal sense, Father Joseph. Welcome to Life on the Rock.
Thank you, Father.
Both of you.
Thanks, Father.
You guys are from the Archdiocese of Atlanta over there in Georgia. Thank you for coming. And just, I think, really to start off, a little bit about yourselves. Everybody wants to know about, the mysterious priests. There's kind of a mystique about them. Some of that's good, some of it's not so good in our culture today. But a little bit about your own, perhaps, journey, Father Kevin, and how you came to really discern this vocation and enter the track to become a priest.
Let's start out on a vastly different course. My dad was a pilot in the Navy and went on to a career in commercial airlines. And so I kind of was looking at that same course of events. I tried to get into the Naval Academy, and when that didn't work, I looked at Georgia Tech on an ROTC scholarship. But right before I started there, I went on a retreat and really began to realize that God might be calling me to be a priest at that point of my life. And so I decided not to go to Georgia Tech. I went instead to Christendom College in Front Royal, Virginia. And
about what year was this? Just to
that was 80. Well, I actually went to another school for a year, but yeah, 88, 89.
Okay.
Graduated in 92. And at that point in time, I didn't want to be a priest. I thought that God was so smart in calling me away from Georgia Tech to Christendom College so that I could meet this girl that I started dating there. Now, it's great. We dated for 3 years through college and then for a year and a half afterwards. And it was just, it was a beautiful relationship. She was a godly woman, very spiritual, and led me to transfer all of my head knowledge of God into heart knowledge of God. And I really think that that's what was God's plan in that relationship.
And that's when you mentioned that, you went off there to Christendom and you got this sense that the Lord might be calling you, but you didn't really want a part of it. That's kind of a common theme that happens. Even going to seminary, I remember talking about it, and a lot of people experience that, a lot of guys. What is that about? And if you get that initial thing, does that mean you're really not called? Or talk us through that a little bit.
You have a few guys who seem to have been priests since they were 2,
Right.
But to my embarrassment and my shame, I didn't want to be a priest. This relationship was really a beautiful thing, and I just saw ourselves being married and moving down the road. But the scriptures are very clear that each one of us has a purpose for being here.
Right.
We have a reason. God has placed us in this time, in this place, for a specific reason. And as I began to really pray about that and discern that, because before I asked